am Kamaljeet Singh. He is also a registered migration agent in Aussizz Group, Collins Street branch. So today we are come with a very big news that Home Affairs Minister has announced the migration strategy plan for future. So how it will be, so we will discuss on this plan. So with Mr. Kamaljeet Singh. So Kamaljeet Singh, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Hello friends, how are you? This is Kamaljeet Singh, registered migration agent from Aussizz Group. So as my colleague here, he has mentioned that today we'll be focusing on major sort of changes which the minister has announced.
Yeah.
We are not focusing too much on many things. What we are focusing here is more which will be more favorable for international students, skilled workers,
Yeah.
and employer-sponsored visas.
Visas, correct. So Kamaljeet, the first set of questions that I would just ask you. So they have mentioned that they will be targeting temporary skilled migrants to address the skill needs, right, and to promote the worker mobility. So what they are going to do is, in that one, they are saying we are going to introduce a new visa. Can you please elaborate further?
See, what they are trying to do there is, guys, there's a visa called a TSS, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. What they are trying to do there is they are basically taking that visa out of the list and giving us a new visa, which will be Skills in Demand Visa. So again, the name itself says Skills in Demand.
Yeah.
So TSS moves on to Skill Demand Visas.
Skill Demand Visas. Cool. No worries. Yes. So they have mentioned some sort of pathways that they will develop in this sort of visa. Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
So they have just described two at the moment, specialist skills pathway and core skills pathways.
That's right. So guys, in 482 we used to have like a short-term stream, medium-term stream, and then used to come labor agreement. What we are basically, what Minister has announced, they are focusing on is skills in demand pathway, where a specialist skills pathway would be for those candidates who are more into like IT, engineering, managerial role. What they are more focusing on is the candidate who is having income of $135,000
or more than that.
Or more than that. Yes, will be eligible for this pathway.
Correct.
They have given very strong, basically, power to this visa. Over a processing time period they are expecting is 7 days. So just by looking at it, you can see, Jagdeep, that immigration is looking for skilled candidates plus strong income as well. So if in future your employer wants to sponsor you, you are coming under this sector, and you have that kind of income, within 1 week, there is, the processing time would be. Another pathway which you mentioned is a core skills pathway.
Yes, correct.
This is for all other occupations. Just keeping that in mind, guys, for the specialist skill pathway, there is no trade occupations. So even if a trade is earning like $200,000, he can't go under that pathway. That is more for like professional occupations. For trade occupations and other occupations, they have considered the other pathway, which is a core skills pathway. They have introduced a list called course skills occupation list. They will be
COSL.
That's right. And again, you have to meet the TESMIT, which is a threshold income of 70K, will be revised every financial year. Depending upon how much income must be met by the worker. So it might go up. Before it was 53,900, and then it went up to 70K. And if it requires another boost, they might increase the income threshold as well. But again, so major pathways are specialist skills, where the income is good. Second pathway is core skills. Okay, we are talking about employer sponsor visas at the moment, guys, where TSS will be omitted, and then a new visa called skills in demand visa will be coming. TESMIT is there as well. So again, minimum 70K package is there. Third, which is essential skill pathway, is similar to what is happening with the labor agreement DAMA visas.
You're right.
Not many changes will be there. But again, they have moved from short-term, medium-term DAMA to a labor agreement to basically specialist skills, core skills and essential skills pathways. So
sort of same kind of things, but new names.
We can say sort of same, but again, if we're looking for permanent residency pathway, guys, so this is which is good. Rather than occupations where candidates, were not able to achieve permanent residency for 186, they will be able to achieve permanent residency now, because they have tried to maintain one list, which is our, core skills occupation list.
Cool. All right, so Kamaljeet, yes, as you mentioned already, so they are going to legalize the indexation of income threshold that they are going to increase, I think so, every year, as he already mentioned.
Yeah.
So that is also well planned by the department, isn't it? So when you are thinking that they will implement that thing, so
see, we are expecting it in July 2024.
yeah.
So you can say by every financial year we might be expecting those changes.
Yeah.
Other thing is, Jagdeep, you know, just by looking at this change which Minister has announced, what they are focusing there is the skilled high salary candidate.
Yeah.
You know, even with the other changes, guys, you know, we have seen high salary, you know, is coming into sort of a picture where, you know, if you are earning high salary, you might be eligible for many visas.
Yeah.
Whether it's an employer sponsor, global talent, you know, all those kind of visas.
Yeah.
But yeah, major all, TSS visa, which is a 482 employer sponsor visa, will be taken over by a skills in demand visa.
Yeah.
You know, coming up with 3 major pathways.
Yeah.
Normally the candidates might come under core skills pathways, you
Yeah.
know, because only 135K is very rare for a candidate to be, you know, making that kind of money.
Yeah. So when you think they will be implementing that one, that they are saying we are going to implement, you know, these new changes, that they will introduce the new visa. So when you are expecting?
See again, guys, you know, any kind of implementations which are being done by the department, they go very slow. So we are expecting late 2024 for these changes to be implemented.
Yeah.
You know, but depending upon what kind of visa they are focusing on, yes, late 2024 might be the answer to your question, Jagdeep, that when they are going to implement the changes.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So we are getting some questions as well from our viewers. So the first one is from Shri Dharan. He's asking that 485 age is going to be reduced from 50 to 35. Is that true?
Yes, Shri Dharan. The second pathway which we are focusing on is, you know, let's just quickly go through this. Certain changes which will be implemented. But to your question on the spot on, yes, it's going to be decreased.
Yep.
To 35. You know, so again, it's a pretty shocking news. But what department is trying to do there is they are trying to attract young candidates. So they are watching all of the countries like US, Canada, UK, you know, what their policies are, what their migration system, how it is working, how the youth is being, you know, attracted towards. That's what they are trying to implement. In Australia as well. So where the age will be coming back to 35.
35, yeah. So guys, now we will be move to the next set of questions. So basically what they have introduced or they announced is, so they are going to strengthening the integrity and quality of international education. So when it comes to international education, we have two things. So the first one is student visa and the second one is, you know, temporary graduate visa. So they are saying they are going to increase the English language requirements, isn't it, for student visas, Kamaljeet?
Yep, that's right, guys. So if you are going to plan student visa, what they are doing is they are going to increase from 5.5 to 6. Or equivalent in any kind of examinations which we are going on to. If we are going on to studying LE course, is from 4.5 to 5 and foundation is 5.5. So basically you can say 0.5 bands have gone up with all these visas. Again, why they have done it, you know, they have made, I think they use a country like Canada. You know, they have compared it with the Canada, how the system is working there. And they have tried to, you know, basically implement the same sort of situation here. Not much difference for those candidates, you know, guys, you know, PT, you know, it's kicking in. So I don't think so it should be much more issues with those people who have studied in Australia, want to lodge 485 visas. So yes, English is changed.
So when you think they will be implementing these issues, these changes?
These changes early 2024 will be implemented. So I think this would be one of the you know, first changes which will be coming into effect. Because we heard this student visa changes being you know, moving on to this GST, which is a genuine student testing system. So I'll probably say this is going to be their first change, which they might bring into effect. Moving on to English requirements and so.
So as our viewer, he just asked the question. So now we are just focused on 485. So they are saying we are just strengthening and simplifying the temporary graduate visa. So what sort of changes you are looking at when they are just mentioned that or described that or they have announced that?
See, Jagdeep, what the word itself, what they are focusing on is young. Young talent, young students, you know, they want young people to come here and support the economy. Okay, so thinking about the temporary graduate visas, student visas, you will be seeing major changes, especially in student visas.
Yes, correct.
Because they have also mentioned that they will be targeting those agents, migration agents, or education counselors, or education institutes as well.
Yeah.
Who are basically using the system and doing dodgy practice.
Yeah.
The good thing about this is at least a genuine student, who is investing his time and money to study in Australia will be able to, choose a pathway for permanent residency in future. There was another statement made by the minister previous to this statement was basically, is there going to be a student from student to PR pathways?
Yeah.
What I'll just give you a short hint on what they have mentioned is that if you are working in your nominated occupation, there might be a pathway. It might be employer sponsored pathway.
Yeah.
Okay. Or it might be a skilled independent pathways. So, you can see these changes coming into these visas. Reducing the age from 50 to going back on to 35 is one of those reasons.
Yeah.
Because
that is the very biggest one actually.
What I personally assume was, guys, we have seen candidates coming here on visitor visas. Who are basically like 55, 65 years old.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that there is no age of studying. It's more or less practically what they are thinking is how this candidate is going to support the economy. So that particular candidate, lodging 485 visa, maybe not even working in his own field.
Yes.
That's why they have reduced that age from 50 to going on to 35.
Yes.
Where the candidate will be again working in their field.
Yeah.
Supporting the economy. So again, it comes back to supporting the country with money.
Yeah.
That how we're gonna get this particular candidate to make money for us.
Yes.
Plus working in the skill.
You're right. So when it comes to, we have already mentioned or described the age things. We have already talked about on it. And what about English language test?
Yes, guys, English for temporary graduate visa previously used to be overall 6.
Yeah.
Now it has jumped up to 6.5. Again, the changes are going to be come in early 2024.
Yeah.
So what we are discussing today is just a news what immigration has announced. So don't panic if you are lodging 485 visas right now.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are planning to lodge it and you haven't got that score, I'll probably lodge it now.
Yeah.
Unless they start making changes in Feb or Jan. Again, early 2024 might be March as well. We are not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. But the changes are.
Yeah.
It has moved from 6 overall to 6.5.
Yes. Actually, they have mentioned that they will. They have already described in their action plan that they will be implementing these things to the 485 visas in mid 2024, means July we are expecting.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So that's good thing. Mostly Jagdeep, the guys, our students' visas are expiring in March.
Yeah.
So still practically it has been very fair for those candidates as well.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, correct. So Kamaljeet, the next question is we will talk about temporary graduate visa. We are talking on that topic. So there is a one temporary graduate visa for offshore candidates like 476 visa, isn't it?
Yes.
So I think so that is going to abolish.
That's correct, guys. 476 visa, they are planning to abolish the visa. Again, I personally can understand why it's going to be happening, because they are giving opportunity to candidates who have studied in Australia. Which is fair for those candidates because we have seen candidates investing time and money in studying in Australia, and then you see all these other candidates coming from outside Australia on 476 visas. If you are new to this visa, guys, 476 visas is basically a visa like a TR visa, which was granted to an offshore candidate who has done some kind of eligible studies outside Australia. Clear?
Focused on engineering field.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So yes, they have planned that they're gonna be basically abolishing that visa.
Yeah.
But there's another sort of sad news for candidates as well. They are decreasing the duration of 485 visas for bachelors and masters. They are coming back to 2 years. And masters of research is 3 years, and PhD 4 years. Where we were expecting that what they had previously announced, like 3 years and 5 years.
Yes.
Right. But again, they have said doesn't matter what kind of studies you have done.
Yeah.
If you have not studied in regional, it's going to be from 2 to 4 years.
4 years. You're right.
Yeah. So that's sort of a bad news for those people.
Yeah. So now we have some questions as well, Kamaljeet. So Naveen, he's asking that is there any implication for 491 visa holders for these changes?
Not really.
Yeah.
Now this is again, and I mean, because you are a 491, if you are a 491 visa holder, that means you are already in the program.
Yeah.
Okay, the changes are going to be implemented for the candidates who are new to this program.
Yeah.
Migration and all those kind of things. So this is the answer. It won't really affect you.
Yeah.
Another thing I should also mention is, guys, while we are discussing this TGV, and TGV means TR, temporary graduate visa and student visa criteria, they are also going to focus on, Jagdeep, is that if a student jumps from student to TR, and if he's lodging another student visa, they might refuse your visa.
I think so. We have a one question from the candidate. He was asking that I am holding a 485 visa at the moment, and it is going to expire. So can I again apply for a student visa?
As I've mentioned you, yep.
Yeah, as we have mentioned, they are going to restrict onshore visa hopping. So hopping means from one to another, another to another. All right. If you are just going to change the visas from one to another and another to another, so they are going to strengthen that one and restrict you, right? Hopefully they may implement some kind of restriction on it. So how many times you can apply for a student visa, isn't it?
See, again, Jagdeep, changes made that, okay, I'm on a 485 visa.
Yeah.
I'm hopping onto a student visa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't let you do that. Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
But again, they're also saying that if you are a genuine student, that means you studied a course, you are working in your field, there might be a pathway for your PR. Clear? So guys, if you are studying, okay, make sure you find a job in your nominated occupation. Clear? Makes you a very strong candidate and a pathway for permanent residency. So what they're trying to do there is a non-genuine student who is working in a lower skill. That's what they're going to be targeting.
You're right.
Because investigation has been made by the departments, and they have seen people who have studied masters have gone to utilizing their 485 visa and coming back to like diploma level or certificate level of studies, where immigration believes they are not genuine.
You're right.
So that's what they are trying to stop. Again, it's frustrating for those people, okay, who can't get PR. So the tip would be you find a job in your nominated field.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So they have mentioned that they are reshaping the permanent skill migration to drive the long-term prosperity. So in that they have mentioned that they are going to change the point system. So they are, I think so. Basically, discussion paper has already been released, or they are going to release in 2024. And I think so. The consultation will begin because it will take a long whole. There is a very long whole process to change the points.
See, with the points, Jagdeep, while we were reading this report, guys, they utilized that basically regional study points and CCL points are useless. That's what they have mentioned. For us, what I'll probably say is we can't say basically useless. We should say it's unfair for the people who studied in Melbourne. So they are trying to bring all those changes as well. What I personally believe is there might be something related to salary as well. Again, I'm not saying it will happen, guys, because just by reading the report, what they are weighing upon is the money. The candidate who's working in the field, supporting the economy and all those kind of things.
Correct.
So we might see, people, they have also given us an example where a candidate is a 45 years old or under. He's a skilled candidate earning like 160K. There's another candidate earning 100K. So whom we're going to invite, one is skilled, one is young. So there's going to be that kind of, understanding how they're going to assess those points, make those changes. Mid 2024 is the expectations. It might be new financial year as well, when these new point system might take, come into effect. So I'll probably say, guys, at the moment, we should focus on if you have done IT, you're trying to find a job in IT. If you have done trade, you're trying to find a job in trade. Employer sponsor will be one of those visas, which will be one of the strongest visas, when it comes to PR pathways.
Yeah, correct. So we have a Israt Jahan. She's asking that will it impact the applicants who are invited for EOI or yet to get invited?
Now, if you are invited, then it's nothing to basically deal in your case. Yet to be invited, again, until the changes are being implemented, there are no changes. So that means the program still goes on, whatever is going on. In regards to EOI, they've come up with the criteria. Again, they've mentioned it. Now we found out why Victoria was basically selecting the secondary, partner applications, because it was mentioned in the report. It is totally mentioned in the report, guys. They are going to focus on those people who are coming with a skilled partner.
Yes,
okay, so skilled partner means Australian citizen, PR, your partners who has got skill assessment, 6 in each. And then last is the single applicant. They've mentioned in the report. So, previously when Victoria were giving invitations, we were not able to understand why Victoria is only focusing on you know, these people who are on these kind of you know, points. Like
yes,
points were less, but they were skilled partners. So they've mentioned in the report that they are going to focus on you know, skilled partners.
Yes, correct.
So it's good news for those people, you know, who are basically married. At least some kind of good news.
Good news. Yes, correct. So Kamaljeet, they have already mentioned that they are going to develop a public register to approved sponsor to enable monitoring and oversight those employers. You know?
So the reason behind that is what they are trying to do. They are trying to keep a transparency. You know, so they will. Now we are talking about employer-sponsored visas, guys. So they are going to publish a register where a candidate can see if he's trying to find a sponsor, you know, trying to find a job or something, to get sponsored. And also, if your employer is not on there, that means there is something wrong. Okay, or there might be any kind of complaint or something. So that kind of step is taken by the department just to monitor, you know, that there is nothing illegal being done by, you know, sponsor and the applicant.
So they are saying they are going to planning the migration to get the right skills at the right place. So they have mentioned that they are going to plan the long-term horizon for the better manage of migration intake. So what you think, they are going to reduce the intake, or they are just going to distribute the intake into the similar, you know, patterns like employer nomination, skilled visas, skilled independent visas, state sponsored visas, or business visas?
See, they've given us a, you know, sort of a chart where it says how many visas will be granted to what kind of stream, whether it's family, employer sponsor, skilled visas. But what I can't personally understand is, guys, you know, we have seen people coming from outside Australia on 491 and 190. What about people who are in Australia already?
You're right.
You know, so this personally, you know, it makes me very frustrated that people who have invested like 5 years, 7 years in Australia are not being invited. But then there are other people from outside Australia we are seeing being invited for 190 and 491. Again, you know, I'm not trying to you know, discriminate between people, but this is more like just weighing up. The reason would be not working in the field. That's what they are focusing upon. That if you are not working in your field, the things might be tough. Okay, but if you are working in your field, the things might be easier.
Correct.
Yes.
So we have a next question from Nitin Sharma. He's saying any impact on employer sponsor 186 direct entry visa?
See, employer sponsors, Nitin, is gonna be one of the best visas. Okay, again, whatever the changes they have announced is nothing to do with the employer sponsor. What they were focusing on, the temporary skill shortage, which is a temporary visa. Okay, for permanent visas, direct entry, the changes, not many changes have been not been made. In fact, they have introduced, you know, the list which was like a couple of weeks ago. The announcement was made. You know, where all the occupations which were in ST as well were eligible for now 186 as well. So employer sponsor is going to be the best visas in coming future, guys, because they are taking advices from jobs industry, you know, training industry as well. So employer sponsor is all good.
All good. Perfect. So we have a next question from Yuvan. He's saying, when will be the 491 open pathway 1 in New South Wales?
See, as the announcement is being made now. So slowly, I'll probably say, guys, you know, states will open up. Most of the states mentioned that they are going to close in early 2024. The reason might be maybe new point system or maybe the new requirements and all those kind of things. They have also stopped the COVID visa. You know, the last date is like 31st of Jan. So you can see what immigration is trying to do is basically going back to that time period, which was in 2018, 2019, prior to COVID. But they are keeping that thing in mind. This pattern where candidate used to, you know, just use the visas, you know, to jump from one visa to another. Okay. Basically, they are trying to stop this.
Actually, they are, you know, filling that loopholes that they have made in the past. So we have a next question from Sushil. He's saying, currently doing my JRP on 485. Is there any chances on this? Also on age, am I will be able or eligible for PR pathways? So we don't know about the age. First of all, Sushil, what is your clear question? So you are on 485, you are doing your JRP. So what we can suggest you is just accumulate more and more points. Try to do a job in your field in which you are doing the JRP. So that's the best advice that we can give you right now. So next question is from Pragana. So will they provide more seats for next financial year, Kamaljeet?
I doubt so, especially for skilled visas. So guys, while you guys are watching this live, I'll quickly do a recap. If you have recently joined, we did our step number 1, which was more focusing on employer sponsor. TSS 482 visa will be changed into skills in demand visa. Coming up with again 3 streams. First stream is more focused on IT managerial engineering sector, where a candidate has to show that I'm earning more than 135K. Then comes your normal core skills pathway, stream, where basically all the tradies and all other occupations can kick into effect. Minimum pay is 70K, and then comes your essential screen, which comes into DAMA agreement on those. So this was our first. Second, changes made into 485 visas. The age has been decreased to 35. Again, it has not been implemented yet. Okay, we are hoping that it's going to be implemented the very first thing in first quarter of this 2024. So if you're planning, don't just panic what has happened. Third thing, with your English requirement, it has gone up with 0.5 bands. Okay, so for 485 we required 6. Gone on to 6.5. Yes. For student was 5.5, gone on to 6. That's right. Correct. So you can see these are major changes. Another one which we were hearing from last year, which was GST criteria, a genuine student test, is going to come into effect as well. Again, we are expecting early 2024 or mid 2024 while these changes are being implemented. So overall, you can basically say these are the changes. Plus, there is going to be a change in point system as well. So just stay tuned for that one, because we are expecting the point system to be changed around about in mid 2024.
Correct. So Kamaljeet, last question that we will discuss, the regional visa. I think so, the 491 visa, we have so many questions coming through as well. So they are saying we are evaluating the regional migration settings, and we are also working on working holiday visas as well, programs to ensure the migration sports in regional areas. So what you think, what they're going to implement?
See, I don't know what they're going to be implementing, because we can't see any invites given from the states. So sometimes it's very frustrating. You want to implement this, you want to implement that, and then there are the candidates who are already waiting there in that particular state. Been there living for 5 years. So yes, there is a program. We can't just basically say every report is perfect. Okay, it's perfect in a way. They are trying to basically reduce the processing time. We've read the report. They invested millions and millions of dollars into staff and all those kind of things. But still, I'll probably say, the streamlined pathway, for especially for those candidates who have invested time and money in Australia, are only focusing on 491, they don't get invites. Like we have seen, candidates asking us questions, that, okay, when is state going to open up 491? Clear? So what kind of pathways these people are, but again, fingers crossed, we are expecting the best to be happening. So personally, I would probably say, if it was me, I'll probably give priority to 491 visas, because it's a regional supporting visas, then going on to 190 and 189. So hopefully we might see the same situation in future. Okay. So again, with working holidays, they are trying to attract other countries, to see, what kind of system European countries are holding. So that might be that region, because it's a regional sort of criteria which you need to meet.
So before closing this program and saying you goodbye, we have one last question that we wanna discuss with Kamaljeet. Will Shruti is asking that will extended TR conditions affect current students when they will be lodged their TR?
So will extended TR conditions affect current students? When they will see, at the moment for 485 visa, Shruti, they have not announced or made any change. The announcement which has been basically given in the report is this, that we are going to decrease the duration of 485 visa. Clear?
Correct.
So at the moment, extensions and all those things are still in effect. Okay. But saying that, what they are saying is that whatever previously we mentioned, like 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, and all those kind of things, it's coming back to 2 years for bachelor's and master's, 3 years for masters of research, and 3 years for PhD. So you can see they are basically decreasing that time duration.
Yeah.
When they are going to do it, we are expecting
mid 2024, maybe July.
That's right. So you don't need to panic at the moment.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So we are expecting that to happen round about in mid 2024.
Yeah.
So normally, it's not like, okay, immigration will announce something today and tomorrow it's gonna change. It doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
They will give some time and all those kind of things.
Correct.
So that is one thing.
Yeah.
Why they are doing it? Extension is given for 1 to 2 years depending on regional study.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is still there.
Yes.
Okay. But yes, it has been decreased.
Yes, correct. So guys, we have I think so covered pretty much all the questions, the major questions that was announced today in the migration strategy. So if you still have any kind of questions, you can visit us, our office in Collins Street, Melbourne branch. Me, myself, Jagdeep Singh, Mr. Kamaljeet Singh, and we have a third registered migration agent, Mr. Diljan Singh. We are in Collins Street branch. So hopefully see you guys and take care. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, guys.